How about letting you know that the relationship you're in was designed not just for companionship, but as a channel for God's favor? This is the profound truth according to Scripture. King Solomon pens the book of Proverbs. Among thousands of insights about wisdom, wealth, and relationships, one verse stands out with clarity about marriage. Proverbs 18:22 declares, "He who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord." This isn't a casual writing. It's a theological statement about God's design for human relationships. The Hebrew word for finds suggests intentional seeking, not random chance. The word for good connects directly to God's declaration in Genesis when he created woman, saying it was not good for man to be alone. But here's what makes this verse revolutionary. Marriage isn't presented as merely a social contract or romantic partnership. It's described as obtaining favor directly from the Lord himself. The word favor in Hebrew carries the meaning of divine pleasure, acceptance, and blessing. This means a godly marriage becomes a visible sign of God's grace operating in someone's life. Now, let's be clear about what this verse emphasizes. It's not saying any marriage automatically brings blessing. The focus is on finding a wife, which in the context of Proverbs consistently refers to a woman of virtue and godly character. Proverbs 31 later describes this woman in detail. She fears the Lord, demonstrates wisdom, and builds her household with integrity. A virtuous spouse becomes a partner in spiritual growth, a companion in faith, and a catalyst for experiencing God's goodness. Think about it practically. When two people unite under God's design, they create something greater than themselves. They build a foundation for families, model covenant faithfulness, and demonstrate God's love to a watching world. The marriage becomes a testimony of divine grace. Now the question is, what do you bring to the table as a lady in marriage? How have you prepared for this purpose of a woman in the life of a man? Have you studied to know and understand your purpose in the relationship? God's design is that a woman's presence in the man's life will ultimately complement him, build him, stabilize him, increase him for divine favors. As a lady, if you're in a man's life and he is reducing in status, what it means is that you have not fulfilled your purpose in his life. Also know it that as you build your man, your life trajectory is automatic as he grows. For single people, this verse offers hope and direction. It suggests that seeking a godly spouse isn't shallow or selfish. It's actually pursuing God's favor through his established design. Godly spouse represents God's goodness in your life, deserving honor and appreciation. The lasting impact of Proverbs 18:22 echoes through centuries. It elevates marriage beyond cultural traditions to a sacred institution. It reminds us that relationships matter to God and that he uses them to pour out his blessings. When we align our relationships with his wisdom, we position ourselves to receive companionship and divine favor. Please like, share, and subscribe.